On May 3rd, 2021, Al Sharpton gave the eulogy for Andrew Brown.
The audacity to take somebody's life, to rob children of their father, and you try to act like the issue is who came to help them rather than what you did to them.
We have seen Sharpton commit blasphemy while standing at the pulpit in the past when he delivered the eulogy at George Floyd's funeral. Remember, he referred to George Floyd as the stone that the builders refused, effectively making Floyd into a type of false messiah.
But God took an ordinary brother from the third wall, from the housing projects that nobody thought much about but those that knew him and loved him. He took the rejected stone, the stone that the builder rejected. They rejected him for jobs. They rejected him for positions. They rejected him to play certain teams. God took the rejected stone and made him the cornerstone of a movement that's going to change the whole wide world.
The actions of Al Sharpton at Andrew Brown's eulogy would not be far off from the blasphemy he committed earlier at Floyd's funeral. Let's take a look and see if you recognize the symbolism used by this silver-tongued devil.
In the book of St. Matthew, 16th chapter, starting the first verse, it said the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to Jesus and tested him by asking him to show them a sign from heaven. He replied, when evening comes, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, today it will be stormy, for the sky is red and overcast. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times. A wicked and adulterous generation looks for a miraculous sign, but none will be given it except the sign of Jonah. I want to use for thought in honor of Andrew Brown, the sign of the times.
He mentions the sign of the times, while behind him there's a picture of Andrew Brown, whose image is in a shade of purple. Remember, I've already shown you how the mayor of Elizabeth City and the city manager were both wearing the color purple, as well as Andrew Brown's lawyers when speaking about this satanic ritual, human sacrifice. I also told you previously that the color purple was a reference to the singer Prince, who is from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the twin city where George Floyd was murdered, which connects back to the Viking or Sixth King, who represents the horned god Satan, as well as Stephen Jackson, who called George Floyd his twin.
I'm here because they're not going to demean the character of George Floyd. My twin.
Stephen means to reward or receive a crown, and Jackson means a son of Jacob, which means the supplanter, and is a reference to the Antichrist. Therefore, Stephen Jackson means to crown the Antichrist. This is important since the color purple represents the seventh chakra, the crown chakra. They even showed us a supporter of Andrew Brown wearing a purple crown. We also discovered that Prince actually died on April 21st, the same day that Andrew Brown was murdered. Now, Al Sharpton has solidified the connection between Andrew Brown, Prince, and the color purple by mentioning the phrase, the sign of the times, in his eulogy.
I want to use for thought in honor of Andrew Brown, the sign of the times.
Fat skinny man died of a big disease in little
February 18th, 1987, Prince released an album called The Sign O' the Times, which was his 9th studio album, which has a song of the same title. Remember, according to Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, the number 9 represents Satan. This album was also Prince's first album following his disbanding of the group The Revolution. The name Revolution connects to the number 13, the number of rebellion, and points to the rebellion of the fallen angels and the coming rebellion of the inhabitants of the earth when they submit to Satan and his Antichrist, and the creation of the one world beast system of Antichrist, effectively rebuilding the Tower of Babel. Notice the name of Prince's album is The Sign O' the Times, not Of the Times, and emphasis is being placed on the letter O, which we know is a reference to Obama. We saw this in the Global Citizen logo with the red O, as well as in King Von's Sacrifice, since he is from O Block in Chicago. And we also saw this in the orchestrated event involving former Oregon Ducks football player and San Francisco 49ers assistant coach, Keenan Lowe. The sign or O in this phrase, the sign O' the times, is the satanic Antichrist symbol, the broken cross of Nero, as it represents the antithesis of the central beliefs of followers of Messiah.